Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Daniel, and right now we're pretty much in the middle of nowhere. It's a beautiful summer day, I'm completely boiling, but I have some pretty cool news that I'd like to share with you. As unbelievable as it might sound, I have bought a brand new car, and today I'd really love to show and share with you this state-of-the-art, beautiful piece of machinery. God damn it. But before I will share this awesomeness with you, I'd love to share a little bit of the reasons why I've actually bought and why I decided to get such a car. And the reasons are actually quite simple. My old and famous Volkswagen Golf, which most of you probably know, it's pretty much done. Unfortunately, as sad as it sounds, it is true, and the Golf is just not able to run anymore, like on the mountains and stuff. And the other reason is that I needed something with a little more space, because as you can imagine, transporting, let's say, 4 people with their skis and gear and everything in the 2-door Golf was doable, was fun 10 years ago, but you know, like, it takes a lot of the comfort away. So yeah, now I was aiming for something like a little larger, and I was thinking about some Skoda Superb, for example, but then I was like, that is so lame, the corporate gray of cars. Like, it basically like doesn't really wake up any of my emotion. And what I also wanted from my new car is to be able for it to wake up this little 8-year-old kid in me. You know, like the Wildcat does, you know, like every time I look at the Wildcat, it's like, oh, god damn, like, is this real life? It's like the sickest thing, and I'm all excited to just like sit in it and drive it, or I can just be standing at the parking lot just looking at it, and makes me happy. So this is one of the things that I really require it from my car, because, you know, for me, it's not just a box with 4 wheels that will get me from point A to point B. You know, for me, it's like a little more. It's my body. Like, I spend so much time in it. There are memories connected to it. And, you know, it just makes me happy. Besides the ability of my new car to make me stoked, basically, I've also picked up this filming, let's say, hobby, which means I'm dealing with people, or let's say clients that are, you know, that I need to go and meet. So I kind of needed something that would be representative and that will look basically cool, you know, like as retarded as it sounds, it is a really important part of our society and of what we do. It is also connected to the car making me happy, you know, because like when it's representative and it just looks pretty badass and stuff, that makes me stoked. Next reason was the reliability, because the Golf was actually, yeah, let's say we call it questionable, and so I needed something that I can really rely on. The other factor, but this is not really a reason probably, but it is an important thing to say, that I didn't want to have anything new, because I don't like the electronics, I don't like all the crazy driving assistants and all these systems that are like just you know, bitching how you drive and stuff. So I needed something easy to fix, something simple yet new enough so it has, you know, like a cruise control and like electric windows and, you know, like the stuff that it makes your life a little easier. And then there's probably the biggest factor, I'd say, and as again you might all know, but I'm a big fan of old American cars. So what could I only have bought? Is it something reasonable, or is it another shit box? Let's see, let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, behold, the American miracle of engineering. The car that starred in literally every Hollywood movie ever filmed, and a soccer mom's wet dream. 2002 Chevrolet Suburban Z71 5.3 liter V8. How badass is that? Now you may ask, why did you decide for such an old piece of shit? At first, that's just me and how my 80-year-old kid brain works. But at second, there's actually quite reasonable reasons behind that. These things, they're built tough. My plan with this vehicle is to have it, you know, next 10 to 15 years and just, you know, take a good care of it. Make it look a little better than it looks right now, but we're gonna tackle that in the next video. It also has pretty much infinite amount of space to put all my stuff in, you know, because I can literally put all my friends, there are not that many, okay, but I can put a lot of them inside, put all their shit inside, and there's still gonna be plenty of more space, so it's all nice and comfy, you know. And as I'm skiing quite a lot, this will drive literally everywhere around the mountains, you know, no big deal, you know, rough terrain, no big deal, highway, no big deal. So all these reasons are actually, you know, it's just self-explanatory. Like, this is the car I really need. And the most important reason why I bought this car is because it's just pretty badass. Now, let me tell you some more information about this beautiful whip. So as I said, it's a 2002 Chevrolet Suburban Z71. What does that mean? Basically, the Z71 means it's sort of an off-road version, a little bit more, let's say, rough country, and you can see all the gray plastics and all these trimming, so that's to protect the car from, you know, like weeds and rocks and, I don't know, dirt or whatever. It is 5.3 liter V8, that's pretty much classic for GM. And my favorite part pretty much is that it has, let's say, detachable 4x4. So there's a button inside and you can just press it and you get a 4-wheel drive. And if you don't need it, you're not at the mountains, you know, or you're not just, you know, fucking around in the terrain having fun, and you want to be a normal and reasonable human being, you just press a button and it's a rear-wheel drive. If you want to be a little less reasonable, you can also do some donuts with the rear-wheel drive. That's why we all love rear-wheel drives. Now let me show you what you're probably interested in quite a lot, and that's the trunk space. So in this car, the trunk space, it's pretty damn decent. You know, you can see all the way to equator and back, and that's all my trunk. Now let me show a little bit of inside of the car so you can see the interior. It is pretty spaceful. There's a lot of space in here. There's also a sunroof right here, which I really like. It's automatic. So now it doesn't work, of course, because the ignition is not in key, and I actually don't know where it is, but I'll find it. So that's the sunroof. In front of me, you can see the classic Chevrolet steering wheel. There's the shift stick. It's automatic, of course. This is the 2-wheel or 4-wheel drive I was talking about. There's also high and low settings. So for high, that's your normal classic, just what you will drive on if you need just 4x4. And the low one is if you're like stuck in a mud, or, you know, you're like in very deep trouble. So that's what this option is for. Or you can have automatic, which I forgot to tell you about. And basically the automatic means that there's a sensor, and if your wheels are actually spinning, the computer will realize that and will rush to help you with another pair of wheels engaging for you. So, you know, 2002, but very smart vehicles already. There's also a lot of storage space. So here's a nice little armrest where I store a lot of stuff. I don't even know what. You know, here's my beautiful and steezy coffee mug, and my AirPods, another compartment. Also pretty old stereo, classic AC unit. You know, I really like that there's like no, you know, all this is just so, I'd say, like heavy duty, you know, like you don't need to be worried that you're gonna like destroy anything, because this is just so rough. And I really like it how tough they're built, you know, because I don't like to be worried when I'm like owning something that I can't really use it to its full potential without being scared of breaking down. And with this vehicle, I'm actually not worried at all, pretty much about anything. I think that's pretty sweet. So right now we're at the trunk, and This is with the seats up. Normally there's another pair of seats here, the third row, let's say, but I don't have them. They didn't come with the car, but I'm not really worried about that because I wouldn't use them anyways. So it's actually better for me that I don't need to store them anywhere. But this is me lying in the trunk with the seats up. So that's how much space there is. And now there's a little party trick that I will perform, and you can completely fold these seats right here, which creates an enormous amount of space. All right, so now let me show you this amazing piece of design and technology. You just pull this little, oh, there's some dog hair in there. You just pull this lever that unfolds the seat this way, and then there's another thingy right here. And that's it. Check out this runway. I think like a 747 could land here, no big deal. Turn around and fly away. That's how huge this space is. But now let me showcase how much space there is finally. So these are my feet, beautiful. And now they're inside of the car. I will lie down and I'm still not at the end. And if I stretch my hands or arms, I still can't even reach the folded seat. So that is quite amazing. You can choose a little different position. It's one of my favorites, which is called Draw Me Like One of Those French Girls. I really like that one. But yeah, so basically you can like lift in this, you can have your own workshop in it, and you can still have some more space to chill out. How about that? As much as I'm stoked about my Bourbon, there's also a darker side to it. It's an old car. I bought it for pretty cheap. I can tell I bought it from 10,000 euros, which is 250 Czech crowns. But, you know, there's a lot of things that need fixing and that I would need to really give attention to. But that's a topic for the next video. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you like my goddamn Bourbon, badass vehicle. And see you at the next video. If you're stoked, you want to follow this series or whatever, you like some skiing or filming, make sure to subscribe, you know, the piece of shit bell or whatever it is, and see you in the next video. Whoa, I missed it. Oh. Lock the door. Ah. God damn it. I can't get out. You know, like, it's a crazy huge car, you know, like it'll last another 15 years and I don't know what I'm fucking talking about.